Donald Trump already up tweeting something that is causing us all to think a lot more about what's going on. He says, terrible, just found out that Obama had my wires tapped in Trump Tower just before the victory. Nothing found. This is McCarthyism. Is it illegal for the sitting president to be wiretapping a race for president prior to an election turned down by court earlier? It's a new low.
And he also tweeted, I'd bet a good lawyer could make a great case out of the fact that President Obama was tapping my phones in October just prior to the election. So we're following this like you are in real time. These tweets just came out in the last 10 or 15 minutes.
What is he referring to specifically? Has he been briefed on something specific the public doesn't know about yet? Or there have been reports suggesting that there are intercepts of some of the conversations of General Flynn and others on the whole Russia deal. And so is he suggesting that the intercepts with information of the conversation, did that come from a wiretap approved by the Obama administration to, though specifically, he says, tap into the phones at Trump Tower?
At Trump Tower,
which obviously
a
sitting president going after essentially the incoming president would jack up this whole story the current president has been talking about how the Obama administration was setting traps, these leaks that we see now. This would jack it up that there was a wiretap before the election. Remarkable.
This could totally change this entire conversation. I mean, as he said in that tweet, McCarthyism. I mean, this really jacks it up.
Well, it's a witch hunt. If you do believe that the previous administration is doing anything they can to discredit you, to include declassifying intelligence before the election so that if Trump wins, the information's out there to build a case that there's some sort of collusion with Russia, why would it not then lead you to believe maybe they did take some steps, some extraordinary steps while still in office to monitor whether those conversations were going on? And as we've seen before, the president has been pretty astute about getting ahead of the news cycle with more information because he knows it. He sees it. He's got intelligence briefings. He looks at it. We don't. He tweets it. We speculate about it. And then more information comes out to affirm it.
And even before the president raised this to a whole new level this morning, you had Rush Limbaugh yesterday talking about this very thing, basically saying the Obama administration on the way out the door was trying to spring a trap. Watch.
A silent coup that was put in place by Obama and the Democrats during the transition and before, even after the election. What is happening here is a full-fledged effort here to deny Trump the actual control of the government by leaving so many Obama career people appointed, by going so slowly on confirming Trump's cabinet appointees. I'm telling you, if you want to find out who's really working together to sabotage the United States, you find the link between Barack Obama, Vladimir Putin, and the Russian government. That's the story.
You know, the conservative talkers have been all over this. Rush Limbaugh, Mark Levin calling it a secret coup. You put it together, what's being done against this president. It's discredited. Now we're finding out it was formalized even beforehand.
Pete, you are on President Trump.
I am following his Twitter feed right now. Just 2 minutes ago, we can't barely keep up right now. Just 2 minutes ago, the president tweeted, how low has President Obama gone to tap my phones during the very sacred election process? This is Nixon Watergate. Bad or sick guy. Wow. I mean, that is a pretty apropos comparison, if that is what happened.
Just to be clear, like we are getting this news directly from the president, from his Twitter account. When he got these reports and how this all came about, we don't have any of those details or how significant all of this is. But I can't imagine he would tweet something like this, Ed, unless he had some real concrete evidence to back that up.
At least suggesting it. And I think it's interesting that he's turning that Watergate analogy, did you notice, around on the Democrats? Because remember, about 2 weeks ago, it was, this administration is like, this is worse than Watergate, the DNC said, in terms of the Russia thing. And I had a viewer tweet me last hour saying, what were you talking about when you said there's no there? I'm saying, is there evidence? Because that's the point. And Pete has been making this, and Abby has as well, which is, look, you can have meetings with the Russian ambassador. That does not prove there was criminal action, doesn't prove there was a problem, an ethical issue. The key is the content. Is there any evidence there? Is there anything behind it? Just talking to somebody, obviously Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer have now found out, they met with the Russian ambassador too, so meetings don't mean that much.